Nice guys hold open a door for a woman and expect her to fall madly in love. Fat logicians eat one piece of broccoli covered in ranch and expect to lose 100 pounds. And when they don't, they say diets don't work. Greek Nerd 35 brings us. Question! I keep finding empty cans of Pringles in my daughter's room. How can I stop her from sneak eating food? Answer. Buy Pringles and keep them stocked in your pantry at all times. Encourage your daughter to enjoy Pringles without shame. Serve Pringles as a side dish. Eat Pringles together at the table while in a relaxed, accepting environment.
Legal disclaimer, the following is sarcasm, not actual advice.
Please say I do responded. Question. I keep finding empty beer and whiskey bottles in my daughter's room. How can I stop her from sneaking drinks? Answer. Keep your fridge and bar stocked with plenty of alcohol. Encourage her to drink alone without shame. Serve it at family meals. Drink with your daughter in a relaxed, accepting environment. Teach her how to frost a beer mug or mix a drink. Let her know it's okay. Dorkita brings us. ETA. I'm leaving this group now. I'm upset that I see some posts where a person wishes for a smaller body, and others pile on her with shaming. I think shaming is unacceptable, regardless of where it's coming from. If someone is having a hard time accepting her body, it won't help to shame her for feelings. Wishing for a smaller body is fatphobic, though. PuncherFost1 replied, Shaming is okay unless you shame me. Wrangler22 added, Good for thee, but not for me. IHCUWS gives us. Recent data estimates that less than 25% of our overall health is determined by behavioral factors. So why do we act like health is 100% personal responsibility? Allronix1 replied, Yes, dumbbutt, I have a family history of autoimmune diseases, heart disease, and diabetes. My dad died just shy of 62 of heart failure and spent the last 5 years all but bedridden. My mom has 3 darn pages of medical condition codes. I'm also not getting any younger. My doctor put me on an anti-inflammatory diet and a heavy exercise routine because it might forestall this stuff. Not prevent, just knock back the date for chronic pain, limited mobility, and sickness for a few years. As sickening as it sounds, I also have a preview of what would happen if I didn't take my doctor's orders seriously. I have an identical twin who is an evangelical FA convert. I see her struggle with walking. I see her fatigued all the time. And she still sends me stuff about set points and how diets all fail, and how I must be over-exercising and starving myself. Ms. Beaver83 brings us. Small fat fragility. Defensiveness by those on the small end of the fat spectrum when they are asked to consider how weight stigma more deeply and systematically harms bigger bodies, and what their personal role is in dismantling that harm. Coco Queen replied, I don't know whether to laugh or cry at obesity gatekeeping.
A little of each, Coco. A little of each.
Lunalova Bad brings us. PSA, it's time to ditch your scale for good. Because guess what? You don't need to know how much you weigh. Unless you're an athlete that needs to stay in a weight class, your body's exact gravitational force is completely irrelevant. Campus Christmas replied, Yes, you most certainly do need to monitor how much you weigh. We're all human, and most of us have a tendency to fall victim to the same traps and temptations. Say you don't weigh with any regularity, but you caught an annoying case of strep that sent you to urgent care. You weigh there, and you're 135. Ain't too shabby. Sounds like goals to me. But, gee, fat logic incoming. No 135-pound person needs to exercise. A 135-pound person doesn't need to eat fat-free dressing. They can afford the full-fat buttermilk ranch. The strep has run its course, and I feel like a burger. Ha! I'm 135 pounds. I can have that burger no sweat. I can afford that too. What's on Netflix tonight? I feel like binging a good show this weekend. 5 months later. Why don't my size 8s fit anymore? Must have shrunk in the wash. It has to be that, because I'm 135 pounds. How does pizza sound tonight, honey? Oh, I also signed us up for Hulu. 5 months more. Why do I feel so sluggish and tired all the time? Why are my face and arms and legs so puffy? I just don't feel good. I should see a doctor before it gets worse. It's probably another bug. It's flu season after all. Weighs at doctor's office, the 2nd time in a year. 195 pounds? How did that happen? Get Fit Kit brings us a response from Instagram. Not sure if this goes here, but a fitness coach was denied the ability to do a paid promotion because the picture showed her fit body and before and after progress pictures of her glutes. Your promotion was not approved. This ad isn't running because it uses images that excessively focus on a person's body or any given body part, for example, focusing on abs or belly fat. This can make users feel bad about themselves, and goes against our core value of fostering a positive global community. To learn more and see examples, check out our advertising policies. That data replied, "This is so weird. The Facetune capital of the internet has a vendetta against fitness pics because it doesn't foster a positive community. You can't make this stuff up." Elmere 2000 brings us, "If diets really worked, we'd be running out of dieters." Think about it. If diets were successful, there would be no diet industry and no more dieters. If the diet worked, you would not need to keep going back to it. Trying again, trying a different one, restricting more, cutting out more food groups, reducing more calories, etc. Diets don't work because your body, in response to deprivation, slows down your metabolism, increases food thoughts and preoccupation, which can lead to binging, a normal and natural response to deprivation. Makes food taste better when you do finally eat it, and increases the reward-pleasure response in the brain to food. Your body is trying to protect you and survive. It does not understand that you are dieting. It thinks you are starving and is trying to protect you. This is why they don't work. CK1410 replied, "If medicine exists, why is there sickness? Checkmate, healthists." A user with a long name posted, "As someone who moderates spaces that have very clear rules against diet or weight loss talk of any kind, I've heard every excuse in the book from people who break those rules and then claim that their diet and weight loss talk should be allowed for reasons. And every single reason is BS. Diet and weight loss talk are allowed in almost every space in the entire world, so invading the few spaces that are safe from it is an act of violence and oppression. It does not matter if they want to be able to access the support of fat acceptance while they attempt to change their bodies to move out of the oppressed group. It does not matter if they've bought into a narrative that suggests that body size manipulation is 1. Possible for more than a tiny fraction of people, and 2. Something that will increase your health. It does not matter why they want to talk about weight loss, or how legitimate they may think their reasons are. This is very simple. If a diet doesn't allow diet or weight loss talk, then don't do it." Get Fit Kit replied, "Let's do an experiment. Let's talk about foods that are healthy and foods that aren't so healthy, and my desire to not be obese. Then I'll kick you in the shin. Which one hurts more? Which one is an act of violence? Nitrous published in the Facepalm subreddit. "I work at a movie theater, and when skinny girls order Diet Coke, I give them regular." The Force Keepers replied, "Do not do this. This makes me so angry. If you work in a movie theater and you do this, I have no respect for you. My younger brother is type 1 diabetic. When we go to a movie theater, we always get him Diet Coke. If he were to get regular when we ask for diet, we would not give him the insulin he would need for it. If that happens, his blood sugar level could go so high he could go into a coma, go blind, or even die. If somebody gave him regular soda instead of diet without telling us, that person could be responsible for a 9-year-old being killed or blinded." Just thinking about that makes me so angry. I get scared every time we take him to a movie in case the people working there saw this picture and decide to do the same thing. I added that one mostly to remind people you don't know other people's backstory. You don't know what's going on in their life. If they ask for something, that's what you should give them.